Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now, I know I have not been uploading for quite a while, but I think it will pay off. I've been preparing a lot of cool stuff, been building a lot of cool builds, and let me just say, a lot of cool stuff is coming, especially on the channel, so keep tuned for that. But right now, as you know, 2018 is approaching real fast. This year is coming to an end, and let me just say, this year has been jam-packed, full of many cool builds, many cool events and stuff. You know, this year has been a pretty good year for the building community, and you know, I might go over that in another video before the year ends, but I thought that this would be a great opportunity to show you guys one last build for this year, and I honestly think this is probably the best build I made this year. You know, there are a few other ones, but this one's probably the most important to me. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Now, this build has been through a lot. It has handed over to many servers. It started on like one server, moved to the other, but this build has been through a lot, and it took me a long time to make this. You know, a lot of effort went into this, so you know, support is appreciated. But you know, if you guys do like it or hate it, be sure to comment telling what what you think about this. But as you can see, I'm at the entrance here, and we got these pretty cool statues. Made them myself. Pretty proud of that. But yeah, you got this pretty grand entrance, and you got a bunch of forest. Now, as you saw by the thumbnail, this is one huge villa. You got the villa's actually back there, but you know, the render distance is, it takes a while here. But you got a bunch of other statues, and you got the entrance. Now, while I whiz through the front of this build, I'm gonna hold off from the back, because the back is a whole different kind of thing right there. It's probably the best part of this build, and I don't want to talk about everything about this build until I get to the back. But basically, I'm just gonna give you guys a very basic background of this build. Now, this build took about 6 months to build. It's seen a lot of different servers. I started this on Ahcim as a trial, brought it over to Builder's Refuge, refined it, and then built it on, built much of the terrain. The structure was on Builder's Refuge, and then I propped this thing on the BCS terrain, so we are actually standing on the BCS terrain. Now, as you guys know, BCS is actually down, and unfortunately, this almost went with it as well, but fortunately, it didn't, so that's good. Now, little story behind that, I actually was building this entire thing while BCS was in its dark ages, kind of. Yeah, if you guys know what happened to BCS, then you know what's up, you know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't, you gotta check out the video that I made about it. But basically, long story short, I had someone import this over, and I was able to get this out of BCS before it went down. And it was only like 8 hours before it went down, so I was actually really lucky, and I'm pretty happy. So yeah, this build means a lot to me in terms of it almost actually getting deleted, so feedback is appreciated. But that's basically it with the whole background. Just took a lot of effort, and I'm actually just happy for it to be done. Now, I finished this in October, but I kind of wanted to wait till the holiday season, to sort of drone through before I release a build like this. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of exterior and stuff like this. Now, that is because the purpose of this build is, this is supposed to be the most grand sort of mansion that you've ever seen before, and that's what I try to make it. Now, it probably isn't the most grand thing you've ever seen, but I really try to portray that in terms of the exterior. So I'm going to get real close and show you guys some of the exterior. Now, the architectural style of this build, it encompasses more than one, basically. Now, if you look on this side, I put some classical stuff in here. You can see by the pillars and stuff. I also put some some Gothic architecture as well. You can see this rose window and stuff like that. And I also included my favorite, Baroque, and you can see that by this big sort of entrance. I think this is the entrance, and you go on here. You got this lamp here. Now, I really thought the cool centerpiece here was the goose. Got to represent the Goose Clan. But yeah, the exterior is full of a lot. But the back, you gotta see the back, and we're gonna get to that in just a minute. But we're just gonna go over the landscape too. Now, the landscaping, I used a lot of trees. You got these type of trees. These are all JP trees here, by the way. All these are JP trees. Maybe some angry trees from Walk. But yeah, props to JP. Got some of the best trees, and I use them for a lot of my projects. Now, out here, we got these huge pine trees, and you got a bunch of pine trees in different sizes and stuff. Now that is because when I built this, I used about 20 different schematics of pine trees, because I think that, this might be a huge, fantasy-based project, but I did apply a lot of realism to this build, and to get the most realistic effect, I thought that a lot of diversity in terms of the pine trees would be good. So yeah, a lot of pine trees. Now the landscaping, I gotta say, the landscaping was like the biggest block in the road here. The landscaping took the longest to do, especially with the trees, but all of this is actually hand done. All these round parts here, I had to fill, I had to kind of like circle them out. But yeah, that was quite a bit. Now, this is actually just a statue. I built this, I was actually trying to make this as a time lapse, but that kind of failed. But main part is here. We got this huge mansion, got a huge clock tower and everything like that. The whole pack is right here. Now, we're actually going to go make our way to the back, because that's what I really want to show you guys. Now, as you can see, you got another goose right there. Pretty cool. I dressed this one in armor. Now, in the back, you got all the exterior. This is probably one of the coolest exteriors I made, especially in the back. Now, I thought the front was cool, but, every time I build something, especially with houses, I always try to balance, it's got to look good from every angle. That's when, I have a good build. But, as you can see, the back has a lot going on. Now, when I built this, I actually took a lot of risks, because, there were some things, like this part over here that I made. This part, I didn't actually know would turn out well, but as you can see, I took a real risk for this one. Got some unbalanced gables. Yeah, those aren't really with the scale. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of people telling me this is like a huge scale. This isn't actually too big compared to what I've seen in the creative community. But yeah, it's quite a bit. Pop the Shapescape logo right up there. And you got your basic windows and everything. But yeah, that's basically the exterior in the back. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it before, but we got this cool Victorian greenhouse. This was actually one of the earlier extensions of this project. Like I said, this project, I kind of went back and forth, and, I just came back to this project between projects. I did put a few trees in there. You can see, if I could look through the reflection. But yeah, that's basically the greenhouse. Now, yeah, you got this whole backyard villa. Now, this part I think is probably the most, I'd say picturesque sort of part, and it is starting to rain. Weather clear. There we go. So yeah, just take a moment and just take a look at that view right there. That is one picturesque view. Now, we got more geese. A lot of geese statues. I think I had a few. Oh wait, no, the other statues in the front. Let me just take a look at those. Yeah, a lot of these statues I had my friend Nero make one statue. I think this is it. I also made the dragon one. Got this cool elk here, sitting on that pedestal. And we have the soldier man. Now I hate organics, but this is actually my best shot at making organics. So you guys tell me what you think. We got everything with building. We got terrain, got landscaping, got organics. Everything's here. Now I think the coolest part about the backyard, other than the build itself, is this right here, this gazebo. This statue, this is actually the first out of all the statues I made here. I thought that was pretty cool. You got this warrior woman with the shield. Best spot for it right here, especially standing right behind, and lightning just struck. I don't know where that came out of, but yep, you got another fountain and pretty cool gazebo. But yeah, the land. Okay, so everything you guys see that is dirt. Yeah, I had the hand landscape all of that. And the hardest part is blending that in with the natural landscape of the entire terrain. But I thought I did a pretty good job. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. My best. This is the best of the best that I could do. This is the best of my ability. But yeah, as you can see, just everything from the landscaping and the statues just kind of adds up. And you got this really cool villa here. So yeah, it took a while, and I think it was worth it. Now we're gonna get to some other cool parts of this build. Now, like I said, this is not an entire world. This is a very big chunk that I copped from BCS. Now, I do have to give credit to GuildsMC because this is his terrain. So you can see his terrain is looking really nice. Now the trees, this entire area, and I'll actually put a screenshot of it. This entire area was actually just, you know, bland. I do have a few screenshots of just the villa here, but I'll show you, you know, a beginning and afterwards picture. It took a lot of changing with this terrain. I put all these trees here, but as you can see, you got these small trees, and then you got these big trees. It's quite a few, you know, size difference. But yeah, I really went ham on the schematic brush tool that I've been using, and as you can see, there is quite a forest here. Now, I thought the coolest part of this was actually this fallen tree right here. I think that was a really cool feature, and I thought it was pretty clever. But yeah, you got this nature right here. You know, it's not the main part of the build, but it is definitely a very beautiful part of the build. Now, if you guys want to visit this, unfortunately you cannot, and you can blame some people for that. But yeah, this is on a private server, so the only way you can check it out is in this video. So, you know, I might release the download when this build becomes irrelevant, I guess. But one thing I'm gonna say is stay tuned for the cinematic, because there will be a cinematic. But that is basically the entire build. Let's see what a night shot looks like, because yeah, I didn't really like this so much. Though I do feel like I actually put some glowstone over there. Guess not, but yeah, this is a night shot. Looks pretty good, I guess. Actually, look at that. It's got the full render distance on, and you can just take a look at the forest. Just look at that. That is worth taking a screenshot right there, like that screenshot. But yeah, I think the forest plays a vital role in this build, 100%. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think about that. Now, feedback is 100% appreciated, because, you know, these big builds, you know, they aren't created, you know, just I think of an idea, you know, it's a lot of building upon, and feedback just kind of helps that process, you know. But that's all I gotta say about this build, you know. It means a lot to me. But that's how we're gonna end this year. We're gonna end 2017 with the best build, best showcased, and you know, that's basically it. Alright guys, so that is basically the best build of 2017 right there. Good way to end the year. Pretty good year for me, you know, had a lot going. This channel has been improving a lot, and I thank every one of you guys supporters out there. Now, tell me what you guys think, you know, be sure to comment, be sure to support the channel, see if we could top an even better build in 2018. Definitely a lot of realism and stuff like that coming soon. But I hope you guys have a great, you know, New Year's, stuff like that, and I'll see you guys later.